All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is June Collier. Just want to make sure you guys can see me and hear me. Let me go check. Let me go check on Facebook here because I want to make sure that I give you guys some great information here. Um, let's see. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, we're live. So, hey, welcome. This is June Collier. Hey, listen, I wanted to give you just an encouragement on on really getting out here and actually taking advantage of the opportunities that are around you. And what I mean specifically is investing, becoming an investor. That is such a important skill set for you to have in 2020. It is a very important skill set. Now, for a lot of people, 2020 has been a tough year. There's been so much that has happened here in 2020. It's been a tough year for so many people. But I have to tell you again that 2020 has been my best year, my best year. And so I want people to be encouraged because for you to be in financial bondage, there's no reason for you to be bonded down by finances. Um, it took me a while to kind of figure things out, but once I got it, I just started running with it. And I share these with you. It seems like almost on a day to day basis, a week to week basis. I share these things with you because I want you to see my progress, right? I want you to see the progress of where I've been, what I'm doing, and where I'm going. Because I don't want you to look up, 4 or 5 years from now and go, oh, he was lucky or he was this, he was that. Nope, nope, nope. I'm telling you about it right now. I'm telling you about it right now as it's happening to me and as it has happened for several others who have gone before me. And so, what am I talking about? I'm talking about investing. And so, what I want to do, I'm going to share my screen with you guys because the proof is always in the pudding. The proof is always in the pudding. And I'm going to share with you my page from yesterday. And then I'm going to share with you something that's going on today. So, here's my page from yesterday. Let's see if this thing is going to come up. I'm on the back porch here and I don't know if it's going to come up or not. Let's see. Let me share with you from yesterday. You might be able to see this. Yesterday, I told you I had a $10,000 day in the market yesterday. So my stocks increased by $10,000 yesterday, and so um, you'll see here. Here's the post that I posted yesterday. From this was just from one of my accounts. I got two accounts that I posted here, but from my Charles Schwab account, $231,000, almost 232. Okay, that was a $6,350 gain yesterday. That was yesterday. Let's take a look at what is done today. Let's pop on over here today, and you'll see today, and you'll see this is the date, 11/34, and you'll see that today I have a $7,300 gain today. So between yesterday and today, that's 13,000. And then last week I had a $6,000 day. It's been about $20,000 in the last 2 weeks, right? In the last 2 weeks. Now, here's what I also want you to understand. In the last year, because I'm doing a 1 year right here. In the last year, I have netted $102,000 in this particular account with a 74% gain. And this is during a pandemic. And you can see right here in March, somebody probably says, hey, zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in here. You can see down here on March 19th or March 20th of 2020, my account was at $110,000 just March of this year. And if you're looking at me today, you will see that it's at 239,000. So have I doubled my money? Absolutely. Absolutely. This ain't no hocus pocus. This ain't one of them programs. This is the stock market. This is this is Apple. This is Microsoft. This is I just bought some AMD. I got Netflix. Um, so these are these stocks. Those are those stocks, right? And somebody asked me the other day, can I sell anytime I get ready? And I thought they were joking. So I joked back, and then I came to realize a few hours later that they were serious because they're used to being in programs where you invest, but then you can't get your money back because it's locked, and you can't get out of the investment, or you can't cash out of the investment, or maybe the investment shows you that you made some money, but you can't touch it. I can touch all of this. All of this. This is the stock market. This is Charles Schwab. This ain't one of them other things. This ain't one of them other things, that you quote unquote invest, and you've got 100, 200, $300,000 that you've quote unquote made on the computer screen, but you can't touch it. This ain't one of those, right? You can touch this. You can cash out today if you want to cash out today, right? So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share this with you because not long ago I was in a bad financial situation. I won't say bad, but I was in a financial situation where things were not necessarily going my way. And I decided that there were some things that I had to change in my life. And so, again, I want to be this encouragement because I don't care what walk of life you're in, I don't care what your current situation is, you can come up out of that. And I don't want you to be so excited about what I'm doing and trying to get to where I am overnight, because it didn't happen for me overnight. So there's a step by step process that you follow. That process is, build up your cash flow, get some cash flow coming into your household. How do you do that? Well, listen, if you're in my econ, you already know how to improve your cash flow. Go ahead and adjust that W-4 so that you can get as much cash flow that you can coming into your household. Go ahead and eliminate some of those expenses that you don't need. Get rid of the cable. Get rid of, those expensive packages that you've got. Start creating some cash flow in your household. Refinance a vehicle. Improve your credit. Do those types of things that will improve your cash flow that's coming into your household, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to improve and increase our cash flow. Go start a business. Get you a part-time business. Go get you a hustle. Go do something where you can actually create some income on the side. That's going to give you that cash flow that you need. Because in the beginning, that's all that it is cash flow. Before I came across my econ and network marketing, man, I was working at Subway. I was fixing sandwiches. I was the Subway guy. I was working at the Atlanta Journal Constitution, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, folding newspapers, throwing newspapers, and then getting home, taking a shower, and heading to work. Right? I did what I needed to do. I sold cars part time at CarMax. And I did what I needed to do to get out of debt, to get that extra cash flow flowing, because I did not know how to get cash flow flowing outside of going and getting a second job. So I did what I needed to do. You know, now I know better. Now I've got some other ideas and thoughts and processes. But even if you're like, man, I can't get nothing to work for me, go get your part time job. I ain't too proud to say that. I know people say two jobs is for two people, but I'm just telling you what I did. And then I started paying off my debt. I didn't invest. I didn't do all the stuff you see me doing now. I started paying off that debt, and I started getting out of debt, because if you have a credit card that has a 21% interest rate on it, and you're trying to invest, but you still got debt, that's crazy. What you need to do is you need to pay off the debt, because you're getting a guaranteed 21% rate of return on your money. You're getting a guaranteed 21% rate of return on your money. So pay off the debt, pay off the car, pay off all of the debt that's just drowning you, with the exception of your home. Pay everything off. Just get debt free, because the Bible says that the borrower is slave to the lender, and you can't get wealthy being a slave, right? You know, we all talk about being a slave to the job and all of that, but what about being a slave to your creditors, right? So you got to get out of debt. And then as you get out of debt and start finding ways to get out of debt, now you're going to start freeing up some cash flow, and you can start, financing your 401k. And actually, you should be doing your 401k prior to that. Let me go back because I might mess some of y'all up. The first thing you want to do is take a look at how to increase your cash flow in your household. The second thing you want to do is create a small mini emergency fund. That's $3,000. Go ahead and have $3,000 as an emergency fund. Once you do that, the next thing you want to do, if your employer has a matching 401k, you want to contribute the match. I know you hear a lot of people talk about all 401ks are no good, this and that. That's y'all almost made me cuss. My first wealth came from my 401k. So I don't know what everybody else saying. I don't know what they're talking about. I see it, and I see people that I see respectable people that talk about the 401k is garbage. I don't know what company they work for, right? And I will admit I work for some great companies. I work for Microsoft. I work for Google. I work for eBay, PayPal. I work for Wells Fargo. All my 401k packages were the bomb. That's where I created my first wealth. So I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what anybody that frowns upon a 401k, I have no idea what they're talking about because mine work. And so go ahead and start matching or maxing out the match, just the match, and then start paying off your debt with the exception of your home. Once you get your debt paid off, now what you want to do is you want to go back and you want to start maxing out the allowed contributions into your 401k or your retirement option. If you don't have a 401k, go ahead and open up a IRA. If you've got a business, you can open up a SEP. You can open up a simple. There's many different things that you can open up. All right. Go ahead and max out that. As you're maxing out your retirement and that's being maxed out, now you can start paying off your home. Or if you're renting, you can now go and buy a house and pay that bad boy off. Because at this point, you'll have enough money that's cash flowing in your pockets that you should be able to pay off your home fairly quickly. 5 to 7 years, you should be able to do that. And then once you get past that, now all the money that you have, that money can start going into investing. Now, it seems like a long process. And I'm going to tell you, it seemed like a long time ago, 7, 8 years ago when I was, in a situation, in a bad situation. But that day has come and gone. And if you're in a bad situation right now, do you want to be in a bad situation 5 years from now? See, too often we're in this get rich quick type of mentality. We're in this, I got to hurry up and get this thing done. I need it done fast, fast, fast. And when you do that, you skip some steps. And every time you skip a step, when life hits you in the jaw, it's going to knock you back to peg one. And so what you've got to do is you got to build your building blocks. If you're in my econ, it is called the personal cash flow plan, the PCP. If you haven't seen the PCP, that means you ain't been in your back office. It is, or you haven't purchased the manual. I know many of you join my econ, and my econ says, hey, get this manual. There's a $24 manual that you need to get. It's optional, but you should get the manual. And many of you, because of whatever reason, you decide you don't want to spend $24. So you don't spend $24 and you never see the PCP. Is it in your back office? Yeah, but you ain't even looking in your back office. At least if you got the manual, when the manual came to your house, you probably would flip through it just to kind of look at it. But the PCP is in your back office inside of my econ. And it gives you step-by-step instructions on the building blocks or the blueprint for your finances. But many people don't, they miss it. They miss it because they're trying to get rich quick. And it don't work that way. I'm just here to tell you that it don't work that way. Now, in the last 2 days, my account has grown by $13,000 just on that one account in the last 2 days. Is that getting rich quick? It seems like it. It seems like it. But I had to labor on this thing for the last 5 to 7 years. I've been laboring for the last 5 to 7 years. And in the last 5 to 7 years, I've been educating myself. So pardon me if today I'm in a situation where I can get that type of return and I'm able to maximize that today. And you see me today and you like, man, he just yesterday he made 6,000, today he made 7,000. And then you want to get there. You want to be able to do what I'm doing, but you want to do it in 2 days. And it don't work that way. It just doesn't. You got to do what I did. Somebody says, I was talking to Mr. Gates one time, and he said, people always say, do what wealthy people do. And he said, that's the wrong answer. The wrong answer. You can't do what wealthy people do. He said the correct answer is to do what wealthy people did. And as I thought about it, I was like, wow, that makes sense. See, they did something to get to where they are today. And now that they're where they are today, they're doing some different things. But you see them today and you're trying to do what they're doing today. What you need to do is go back and find out what they did to get to where they are today. Do what wealthy people did, not what wealthy people do. Do what they did to create that wealth. I got some people around me, man, that's learning. I'm teaching a stock investing class. It has been an eye opener for all of the students. I haven't had one person that said that, man, I didn't learn anything or this was garbage. I didn't have not one person to say that, and they have all had nothing but good things to say. I've got one gentleman, man. He's going to be a superstar as well. And I just got off of his live a few minutes ago, and he's talking about becoming a cash millionaire, not just asset millionaire, a cash millionaire. And see, that's what we're doing. I mean, we're creating cash millionaires, right? We're creating the opportunities that are out there. That account has grown, has doubled since March. My account has doubled since March. So that one account, right? I got some other money, and here's the thing that I'm doing. Every dime, every nickel, every penny I can get my hands on, I'm putting in the market. I ain't buying no cars. I'm barely buying some clothes. I mean, my drawers got to be falling apart for me to buy some, because every dime I make, I'm trying to put it in the market, because I'm getting to a status now where everything in my life is changing. You're starting to see, you're witnessing a generational curse that's being broken in my family. It's you're not seeing me after it happened. You're seeing me while it happens. That should be encouragement to you, because you can say, man, I remember when. You probably don't remember when I got started, you know, but you can say, I remember when he was in the middle of the process. And we're changing our family's generation. At least I'm changing mine. I'm changing mine, and you're watching it right here, right now. And you have the same opportunity. See, there's no secret. There's nothing that I have that you can't have. But you got to get disciplined. You got to get yourself out of debt. You got to get your hustle up. You got to stay focused and stop jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. I see people jumping all the time. They jump better than a rabbit, right? They're jumping from program to program. They're jumping from this to that. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're talking about the success that they have. That's garbage. That's garbage. They ain't having that kind of success, because if they did, they wouldn't keep moving. If they did, they wouldn't keep moving, right? Um, I'm telling you, you got to plug in. Don't be focused on what Sally is doing. Don't be focused on what June is doing. Get focused and stay focused and plow your row. Plow your row, right? You want to stay focused on what you're doing so that you can create some success, so that you can look up 5, 6, 7 years from now and have some success. With June, 5 years is too long. Well, listen, 5 years gonna come anyway. It's gonna come anyway. So you either suck it up and do it now and take the sacrifice now, or when 5 to 7 years come, you'll be sitting here saying the same doggone thing you saying right now. So you got to make the change. Can't nobody do it for you. I can't do it for you. I can show you how I'm doing what I do, but I can't do it for you. You got to do it. Well, June, you got enough money in the market that you can do that. Yeah, but there was a day that I had $0 in the market. You got to do it. You got to do it. So I'm just encouraging you guys because I'm just so excited. Has 2020 has been a damn good year for me. A damn good year for me. Um, I don't regret nothing in 2020. I'm loving 2020, right? And so I want you to have that same feeling because one of my things that I don't want to do is I don't want to get wealthy all by myself. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. I want to actually have some friends that can get wealthy with me. I want to have some friends that can go on trips with me, cruises and flights and different places and go see the world with me and not have to worry about things. I want that. I want my family to be taken care of. I want my children's children to be taken care of. And you're witnessing it right now. I'm going through that process right now. God willing, man, He is going to see me all the way through, and He's going to make things better than I could have even anticipated. Because I promise you, I didn't see this. I didn't see it happening like this. So again, let me share with you one more time for those late birds that got on. Right, I'm gonna share for you one more time. I'm gonna give you a little bit of encouragement. This is your encouragement. $239,000 today, and yesterday it was at 231. Yesterday I made $6,300 in the market. Today I made $7,300 in the market. My year to date is $102,000. That means that I've made $102,000 in the last 52 weeks. In the last 52 weeks, that's somebody's paycheck. That's somebody's paycheck, right? That's somebody's paycheck. And so you guys don't think I'm just showing you some just crazy stuff. If I look at the last 6 months, you'll see in the last 6 months. Look at where that change is happening in the last 6 months. $102,000. It ain't even been a full year. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see that. That's a 6 month change, right? And I ain't just screenshotting and changing the numbers because I know people do that, right? You see this live. You see what time it is. It's 11:34. 6 months. Let's look at the last 3 months. What have I done in the last 3 months? In the last 3 months, I've made $78,000 in 3 months on this trading account. $78,000 in the last 3 months, right? Let's take the last month. Let's look at the last month. Whoo, the last month has been $63,000 in 1 month. Mm, yeah, like Sid Williams used to say, that way, that way. I'm loving it. And I hope that you are inspired. I hope that you join me in this journey. And wherever you are, go get that PCP, the personal cash flow plan, right? Go get the PCP, start following it. Start on step number one. Don't go to step number two until you completed step one. Don't go to step three until you completed step two. Don't go to step four until you completed step three. Will it take you some time? Greatness always takes time. Greatness always takes time. And I'm going to leave you with this: success does not happen overnight, but one night, success happens. God bless. Take care. And we'll chat with you guys soon.